Good morning, everybody. We have made it to Wednesday, and we have made it to what I suspect will be a very, very big day in Seahawks franchise history because I got a pretty good feeling that by the end of the day today, we're going to know. We are going to know who the next head coach of the Seattle Seahawks is. This is not something that happens all that often for NFL franchises. This is something that I personally have only been through a handful of times as a Seahawks fan. And it's something that is going to, by and large, determine the success of this organization going forward for the next few years at least. So this is, I think, going to be a big day. I don't know why the decision wouldn't be made at some point today. I'm posting this video a little earlier than I usually post videos just to get it out ahead of any potential early morning decisions. I'm not going to be doing any of the free agent videos today. Today's going to be about the coaching stuff because at the very least, even if Seattle doesn't make their decision or doesn't make their decision until late in the day, like in the evening, we should probably get something from Washington. So, one way or the other, we're going to kind of know. Even if we don't make a pick, Washington's pick will dictate what we do. So, by the end of today, I think we're going to have a very solid idea of who the next Seahawks head coach is. And I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be bad. I don't know if it's going to be to be determined. I mean, realistically, no matter who it is, it's going to be to be determined. But the point is that it's a big day. We just don't know what way in which it's going to be big. So I'm going to go ahead and bump everything else for one day, and we will pick those discussions up at a future date once we know who the head coach is. But right now, it has to be all about this very big, very weighty decision. And it sounds like we're about ready to make it. This is from last night, Condota on X. Schneider and the Seahawks contingent back in Seattle, now in the decision-making process. Obviously, Ben Johnson off the board, but they met with Mike McDonald yesterday, and that was the first time they met with him, so it was not realistic for them to be able to hire him until they had met him at least once. So, that once the Ben Johnson news broke, it became relatively clear that yesterday was not going to be the day of the announcement. But I don't know why it wouldn't happen now, because the underlying message in this tweet from Condota is they're not doing any more interviews. They've done their interviews and they have made a pick. Or at the very least, they have all the information that they need to make a pick. But mentally, they probably already know what they're thinking. Like Schneider, if you use some kind of mind reading machine on him, probably already knows who he wants. Or at the very least, he has an idea of who he favors and how much money he'd be willing to offer them before he'd maybe go down the list to his next guy. So, yeah, I think today is the day, and I'm excited. Obviously, there are some decisions the team could make that I would not be happy with. There are some decisions that I would be kind of just indifferent about, and there's some stuff they can do that I would really like. But whatever it is, I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to say that right now before we make the hire. Whoever it is, I'm going to give them a shot. Most of the guys that we're looking at, in fact, I think everybody that is actually still available that we've actually interviewed with has never been a head coach in the NFL before. So we got to give them a shot, right? There could be some element to what they bring to the table that we just don't know about because it doesn't make itself evident as a coordinator or a positional coach or an assistant. So whoever it is, I'm going to be on board with it. Ultimately, the team did what I wanted them to do when they moved on from Pete Carroll. So now that they're here and now that they're trying to find his replacement, I'm going to get behind it. And down the line, if things aren't going well, I'll certainly voice my annoyance and frustration with it and my displeasure with it. But I'm going to give whoever it is an opportunity to impress me. They deserve that. So basically, at this point, the most likely candidates, I would say there's like a three-way tie between Mike Kafka, Dan Quinn, and Mike McDonald. I think trying to guess which of those three is more likely right now is tough. I don't think that's very realistic. I don't think you're going to be able to make an educated, informed decision on who of those three is more likely. You'd be guessing. So those to me are the big three: Quinn, McDonald, and Kafka. And personally, I think McDonald is easily the best of the bunch. I think that Quinn and Kafka would both be okay. I wouldn't be in love with either. I wouldn't be convinced of good things coming if it was Quinn or Kafka, but I would be open to it. I think there are some positives on both those guys that some people in this fan base aren't seeing yet. And then I guess the sleepers would be Evero, Patrick Graham, and I guess you'd throw Mike Vrabel in the mix, even though we haven't really met with him, but maybe toss him there as well. I would be okay with Evero. I would be good with Vrabel. I like Vrabel. Now, it sucks now that he can't bring Arthur Smith with him, but he can probably find a good offensive coordinator. He has a history of this. He found LaFleur, and he found Arthur Smith. So he would probably be able to find another good offensive coordinator. That'd be a good hire. Patrick Graham is the one guy that I would genuinely be down on. Again, I would give him a chance. He's never been a head coach before, and maybe there's some quality there that we just don't get to see. But Patrick Graham, to me, would be the one guy in that list that would just kind of make me go, why? Why is this the path we've chosen? With everything that we know about what we need, and everything that we know about what Patrick Graham has done, and everything that we know about what John Schneider has said that they're valuing, why? I admit that one would push me a little bit. But open to just about any of those 6 things outside of Patrick Graham. So 5 options, all workable, varying levels of workable to me. Obviously, Mike McDonald, I think, laps the field on those other guys, but we'll see what happens. I am definitely going to be just sitting around waiting for something to happen. Maybe we're going to make a decision in a couple hours here. If so, you'll probably catch me at the gym again, but I will be all over it the moment that I hear about it. So yeah, I'm excited. I think you guys should be excited too. I know that a lot of people lost their favorite candidate yesterday morning, but that was that's why you have backup plans. That's why you find other candidates that you like. That's why you shop around. That's why you keep an open mind. So, I got a good feeling we're going to know by the end of the day, and I will be here to cover it no matter what. Like I said, the videos, the free agency videos for today are going to get bumped. Might get bumped a couple days because if we hire a coach, tomorrow's probably going to be, by and large, about talking about the new coach as well. So, end of the month. Let's get to February with a coach. How about that? Let's get to February and know who the coach is going to be. That would be nice. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Today is going to be big, I think, and hope we like him. I hope that we can get behind him, and I hope all these fans in my comments, all these fans in my Discord, all these fans on my X account are at the very least willing to give whoever it is an opportunity to prove that they're the guy. Even if it's somebody you really don't like and you're not optimistic about at all. I get it, believe me. But we got to let this play out. All right, go Hawks. Catch y'all later. And, I'm ready for it to go.